sorry.
You know how long I've had this box on the show? About 9 years. I brought this out from New York.
Right.
Is there anything in the world that
Yes.
you actually
Yes.
care about?
Yes.
What?
My health, and I have this terrible pain right now.
For 3 decades, Johnny Carson never lost his composure on television. There were a few guests who tested it. Almost none of them got out alive. Here are 8 times disrespectful guests tried Johnny Carson on The Tonight Show and got destroyed, starting with the time a 7-year-old put her teeth on his desk. Drew Barrymore puts her teeth on the desk, July 28, 1982. Drew Barrymore is 7 years old. She just finished E.T., the biggest movie of the year. She walks out for her first ever talk show appearance, and she trips on the steps almost immediately.
Well, that's a pretty funny entrance. Did you rehearse? Did you rehearse that?
No.
Are you okay?
Hi.
Yeah. You know, you're not the first one ever to do that on the show.
Carson stays calm. He recovers the segment. He asks her about her clothes, her shoes, her mother. Then Drew makes the move that breaks the entire format.
Pretty smile. You have pretty teeth.
Thank you.
Yeah, pretty nice.
You know, tell me if you noticed this. It would be kind of easier to talk without.
She removes her dental flipper. She places it on Carson's desk. On national television in 1982, a 7-year-old has just put her teeth on the host's desk.
Feel very good?
No, they don't.
You want to keep it out then? We'll just talk without it?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Now, don't forget that when you leave now. It's not polite to leave teeth on somebody else's desk. Over.
No, my mom would kill me if I left.
Carson lets her run wild. She tells him she likes her dentist because he's gentle. She tells him she has a crush on him. Then comes the moment Carson asks her to scream, and she screams loud enough to hit the back of the studio.
That's
And
all.
then he tests me to scream.
Can you scream good?
Okay.
Can you do it? Just give me a scream.
Okay.
Just.
Guys, ready? Wait. So the other day I screamed my throat off. When I got home, I was sweating. I needed to take a shower badly. I was filthy. 'Cause you know, floors are filthy these.
Carson never tries to shut her down. He gives up control of the segment. The audience sees a child commandeering Johnny Carson, and Johnny Carson having the time of his life. Drew Barrymore in 2024 told Jimmy Fallon she was sweating by the end. While a 7-year-old got Carson to surrender, this next guest tried something physical. Burt Reynolds' shaving cream attack. September 26, 1974. Burt Reynolds is the biggest male symbol in America. He's promoting the longest yard. Earlier in the show, comedian Dom DeLuise had drawn Carson into an egg fight. Eggs cracked into pockets. Eggs cracked down pants. By the time Burt comes out, the studio is a mess. Burt sees an opportunity.
I just looked at myself. That's the worst skin condition I've ever seen in my life. See, once you start squeezing them, this is what. Oh, yeah. Very bad.
Burt grabs a can of shaving cream. He sprays it directly onto Carson's tailored suit. Carson, in front of millions of viewers, is now covered in foam.
Well, you certainly arrived on a wonderful night.
Yes, it was. It was a good night.
Knowing your sense of humor, I didn't know what you were gonna do when you walked out. I didn't know it was gonna be that.
Excuse me.
That's nothing new, is it? No. Just freshen up there a little bit.
Like high school.
Carson doesn't get angry. He doesn't get up. He doesn't break character. He uses one hand to wipe his suit and continues the interview as if Burt hadn't just attacked him with dairy. Then the segment moves to Burt's leather suit, what Carson calls a leather body stocking.
Absolutely mad tonight. Anyway, my guests are Dom DeLuise and Mr. Burt Reynolds and his leather body stocking.
Yes. I hope it's leather because for this money you don't want to get naugahyde. You know?
That's
It's like a 40. It's an article in the Free Press. It said, please, if you would like this outfit, S&M, no freaks, please. Get in a plastic bag and cover yourself with spaghetti.
By the end of the bit, Carson has emptied an entire can of cream down Burt's leather pants. Burt Reynolds is doubled over. The Hollywood Reporter called it one of the all-time great Carson moments. While Burt got Carson covered in foam, this next guest got him covered in something more memorable. Truman Capote lectures the host, November 27, 1972. Truman Capote walks onto The Tonight Show. He is, by reputation, one of the greatest American writers alive. He has just released In Cold Blood, and he is, by all accounts, drunk.
My next guest I consider a very good friend of mine and is the author of novels, short stories, and plays. He's certainly taking his place on the front rank of American letters.
Carson opens with admiration. He sets Capote up, and Capote, slurring slightly, pivots immediately into a long monologue about the Perry Smith and Dick Hickok executions in Kansas. He had been there. He had watched them die.
I had known those two boys really intimately over a period of 5 years, and it was just excruciating.
Then Capote starts lecturing. He tells Carson that anyone who watched an execution would never be for capital punishment. He launches into a history of public hangings. He talks about 18th century England. He talks about the American West.
By hanging, then they should do it out in public, where the public can witness it, if it's supposed to be so terrible. But they don't seem to do that. They seem to do it in the dead of night.
In 18th century England, there was public executions and people went by the thousands.
It was like a holiday, wasn't it?
And in the West here, less than 100 years ago.
Carson, you're by reputation a Midwestern conservative on most criminal justice questions, does not validate any of it. He nods. He arches an eyebrow. He stays sober and sharp while Capote slurs through his thesis. The audience came away, by every contemporaneous review, thinking Capote was the joke. While Capote tried to lecture Carson, this next guest tried to interrogate him. Charles Grodin's War of Attrition, September 5th, 1990. Charles Grodin had built an entire second career out of pretending to despise Johnny Carson. He'd done 36 appearances. NBC routinely received hate mail from viewers who didn't realize the bit. This was his masterwork. He walks out and immediately accuses the show of getting his credit wrong.
That is the most self-effacing, humble entrance I've ever seen.
What?
That was the most humble, just kind of self-effacing entrance I've seen.
Grodin pretends not to hear questions. He demands clarifications. He accuses Carson of jumping ahead in the script. He does the entire bit with the deadpan certainty that Carson is the rude one.
You're jumping ahead to the next question. You see, they have to come in order. I ask the questions, and you answer the current.
Then Grodin makes the move that defines the segment. He accuses Carson of treating his guests with contempt. He says viewers write him asking why Carson is so shabby. He asks Carson to address it on air.
Why does Charles Grodin treat you so shabbily? Doesn't he like you? What is it? You want to address it?
Now you want to know why I mistreat you.
That's right. Now people don't understand when you come out here.
Carson walks into the trap. He admits he doesn't really care what Grodin has to say. The audience erupts, and Grodin, pretending to be wounded, keeps pushing.
If I can get 7 minutes out of you, I take a bundle, I go home to Malibu. This is a cruel business we live in.
Then comes the hammer. Grodin presses Carson on whether he cares about anything in the world, anything at all, anything outside the show or himself. And Carson, after letting Grodin's question hang for a full beat, destroys the whole interrogation with 8 words.
In the world that
Yes.
you actually
Yes.
care about.
Yes.
What?
My health, and I have this terrible pain right now. It's aggravated by you asking me dumb questions like that.
The room explodes. Grodin keeps the bit going for another 4 minutes. He tells Carson that Carson is his 3rd longest relationship in life, after his mother and his brother.
Very well. My mother, my brother, and you.
Oh.
You are my 3rd longest relationship I've had in my life.
Grodin himself said Carson valued these segments enough to put him under exclusive contract, one of only 3 guests in the show's history to get that. While Grodin attacked Carson with words, this next guest came after him with whipped cream and a flirt. Madonna tries to provoke the old guard. June 9th, 1987. Madonna is at the absolute peak of her provocateur era. She's promoting Who's That Girl, and she has chosen Johnny Carson, a 61-year-old Midwestern host, for her first ever talk show appearance. She walks out wearing a bustier.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you who wrote your material.
Yeah, how are you? It's nice to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Now that is a nice outfit.
Thank you.
Do you design a lot? Do you get into the design of your...
Carson, playing the gentlemanly old-school host, tries to figure out what to call what she's wearing. Madonna keeps the upper hand for a moment. She tells him it's a French word. She is one beat away from making him uncomfortable.
What am I wearing?
Yeah, if I went into a lingerie shop and I wanted to buy one of those for somebody. Come on, not for me, but for somebody.
They'd probably...
What would I call it? I mean,
It's called a bustier.
a bustier.
Yeah.
Ah, that's nice. Sounds good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Then Carson makes the move that flips the entire dynamic. He leans into the role, embraces the courtly elder host, and turns the bustier into a punchline rather than a provocation.
I suppose there has to be a first in my life. Anyway,
I bet you're on the first girl that you spoke to in a bustier.
Yes, I think you are. Yeah, at least on television.
Yeah.
By the end, she's giggling. She's charmed. She's playing the role he assigned her, the rebellious Midwestern girl from Bay City who put on a corset for shock value. He had her.
So I'm a Midwestern girl in a bustier.
I didn't see a lot of these, to be honest, when I grew up in the Midwest.
You didn't? I didn't either. That's why I have so many now.
Yeah, and I come
If I had seen them, I wouldn't have been able to wear them.
Yeah. Tell me about your family.
Madonna had walked out to disrupt. She left having performed the role he assigned her. The provocation got defanged in real time. While Madonna tried to provoke Carson with sexuality, this next pair tried to dominate him with chaos. Robin Williams and Jonathan Winters hijacked the desk. September 19th, 1991. Carson does something he'd never done before. He books Robin Williams alongside Williams' idol, Jonathan Winters. The two had previously worked on Mork and Mindy together, with Winters as a guest star. Now they're sitting on Carson's couch at the same time, and the moment they sit down, Carson stops being the host.
When you were doing Mork and Mindy, how long ago? Was that 10 or 12 years?
About 10.
And Jonathan came on and did how many episodes with you?
I was about 20 of them.
Winters comes out in a fake military uniform. He calls Carson General. Williams instantly becomes a soldier. Carson tries to ask a question. Both guests refuse to answer it.
Well, we lost the fort. The Indians were sober. We were drunk this time. Well, great to be here.
Nice to see you.
Williams pivots into the dynamic between them on the Mork set. He makes a drug joke about how much medication they had access to. Winters takes the joke and runs further with it.
You had access to more medication in those days.
Yeah, some of the shows were real quick.
I noticed the stuff wore off tonight.
Yeah.
But,
Columbian College Fund.
Mr. Williams didn't know you in the days when you and I
Oh,
were
when we were on the
hanging out
sauce.
Yeah, when we were having a little...
well, yeah.
Carson stops trying to host the segment. He folds his hands. He becomes the audience. Then Winters tells the story of the Emmy he just won, the night his wife told him he didn't have a chance.
I turned to my wife of many years and I said, "What do you think, sweetheart?" And she said, "You don't stand a chance." And so...
It's that kind of support that's kept you
that's
together,
right.
hasn't it?
That makes one want to return to, the shaving lotion.
The dynamic on the couch is unique in the entire Carson archive. Three comedians who all genuinely love each other, with Carson conceding the wheel. He destroys them by visibly enjoying the chaos more than they do. While Williams and Winters destroyed Carson with sheer talent, this next guest destroyed an actual piece of Carson's furniture. Don Rickles breaks the cigarette box. December 13th, 1976. Carson is off for the night. Bob Newhart is guest hosting. Don Rickles is on the show doing an immigration agent bit. He grabs Carson's wooden cigarette box from the desk, an heirloom Carson had brought out from New York in 1962 and kept on the desk since the show started, and uses it as a rubber stamp. He slams it so hard the lid cracks. The next night, Carson comes back. He's been told what happened, and he does something he had never done in 14 years of hosting Tonight.
How long I've had the cigarette box on this desk?
You brought that up from New York City?
I brought this from New York. What on earth?
It happened last night.
Who?
Don Rickles.
I did not see the
Don
show
Rickles
last.
did it last night.
Are you putting me on now?
No. Don Rickles did it last night.
Doc Severinsen tells Carson that Rickles is taping his sitcom CPO Sharky on the next soundstage at NBC right now. And Carson, mid-show with his own audience watching, picks up his microphone, grabs a hot camera, and walks off the set.
He hit it. He hit it with his
Is he
hand.
taping now?
didn't he?
What?
He's taping across the hall. CPO Sharky.
Can I get over there?
He marches across the studio lot. The cameras follow him live. He doesn't knock. He doesn't ask for permission. He kicks open the door of the CPO Sharky set mid-take and storms in front of Rickles' own audience.
Taping. Stop the taping. Somebody broke my cigarette box. They told me you broke it on the show last night. Well, I really...
Rickles freezes, he stammers, he sweats. He tries to recover by gesturing to his audience and announcing the host of The Tonight Show. Carson kills it instantly with the line that becomes the most quoted moment in the entire run.
Did you break this box? Yes, I did. I'm sorry. You know how long I've had this box on the show, bud?
Both audiences, Tonight Show and CPO Sharky, are screaming. Rickles confirmed years later in the New York Times that the box breaking was a real accident. He did not know Carson would invade his set. He called the raid one of the wildest things he ever experienced on television. Which just goes to show, and for 30 years, Johnny Carson sat at that desk with the same calm, the same eyebrow, the same single line ready when a guest tried him, drunks tried him, children tried him, symbols tried him, comedy legends tried him, and he never once raised his voice. He just waited for the line, then he delivered it, and the clips outlived all of them.